Come here. You wanna know a secret? There's a paradox going on YouTube right now and nobody is talking about it, and I feel like I'm going insane. Scrolling on YouTube recently in the past couple of years, you will probably see a lot of these on the street style videos. It started getting popular on YouTube specifically, I would say, with All Gas No Brakes, which was Andrew Callahan Channel 5's old channel, where he would go around to furry conventions, flat earther conventions, eventually leading on to January 6th and more newsworthy places, and just interview people and see what was happening in corners of the world that we usually don't get to see. These videos are some of my favorite on YouTube, regardless of all the stuff with Andrew Callahan, because it shows you the underbelly of America that most of us don't even really comprehend. One of the reasons that Channel 5 in particular got popular was because Andrew would just let people talk. During the interview, he wouldn't really ask many deep questions. He would just say things like, "What's on your mind? How do you feel?" And people would just go off and honestly spread more information than he could have actually gotten from interviewing them. However, like anything on YouTube, something that once was good is now a fucking garbage dumpster of a situation. I'm talking about these Channel 5 style videos that are on YouTube that are actually exploiting people rather than just showing what's happening. These videos are everywhere on my For You page, and I keep seeing copycats after copycat after copycat of people just harassing homeless people on the streets and making these fear-mongering videos. There's a difference between people like Channel 5 and Brandon Buckingham versus people like Tyler Olivera. Who is Tyler Olivera other than a auto character in a video game? Tyler Olivera started his YouTube channel actually doing Mr. Beast style content videos. In fact, if you go to his page and you look at his most popular videos, it is mostly these Mr. Beast copycat videos. He even admits it and uses it as a way to backfire against people who are giving him criticism. Tyler Olivera then quickly realized that these Mr. Beast videos weren't gonna last forever. He needed to do something different, which is when he started to make these on the street style interview videos, if you can call them that. Scrolling through Tyler's channel, you can see that he does not make videos in the same way that Brandon Buckingham, Andrew, etc. make these videos. He instead decides to use these weird AI-like images in the background with only black people in his thumbnails. That's right, pretty much only black people. I'm not saying only. I'm sure there's videos with white people that you can find in his thumbnails, but he loves to exploit people and put them in his thumbnails looking like they are about to attack him. Tyler knows his audience. He knows the people watching him are not the ones who would complain about his thumbnails. In fact, they're the ones that like his thumbnails and the ones that like his content, aka the same people that you would probably find on a QAnon board or in Alex Jones's subscription box. Tyler decides to make these thumbnails look like a dystopian apocalypse that is happening. Now, I understand clickbait, you want the clicks, but why does it have to be making black people look like they are about to attack you in all of your thumbnails? There's a giant issue there. And that is not just you trying to get clicks. Not only that, but he titles these videos things like, "I visited the city where drugs are legal." Not only is that just not true, and like other people have pointed out, Vancouver is not a country, Tyler. I don't know if you knew that. Could be because I'm half Canadian, but not a country, brother. Anyone who looks up the laws of these places he's talking about can see that it's not true, or at least not 100% true in the way that he wants to frame it out to be. Tyler makes these videos almost to villainize harm reduction, and there's something very weird about that. He's walking up to people who have told him they do not want to be filmed, and he is continuing to film them. He is harassing them. Now you might be asking yourself, other than the obvious one, money, 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 What could be the reason that a piece of shit would actually make videos like this with thumbnails that look like this? And by the way, I can't take these seriously. Just side note, these look fucking ridiculous. It's like the Mr. Beast face with the clear skin. Dude, you gotta get someone else to do your thumbnails, cause come on. You can divide the reason YouTubers make these types of videos into two categories. One that I like to call the YouTube cycle, and one that I like to call the YouTube paradox. There are two things: YouTube original ideas and the YouTube paradox. What is YouTube original ideas and the YouTube paradox? Well, if you would shut up and let me talk, I could actually tell you. First, let's start with the YouTube original idea cycle. Original ideas. Here we have the YouTube original idea cycle. You'll see with my fantastic drawings. We start right here at the top with an original YouTube idea. After that, we go down to the moderate success, not full success, but maybe a couple videos here and there. You start to realize what ideas are working. After that, we get to the blow up. Now this is your Mr. Beast moment. The blow up is where everything goes right. That's where you figure out, I don't need to be a stinky little regular person. I can be a YouTuber now. After the blow up, you realize everything works out. So then we get to copycats. This is the stage where YouTubers decide to copy everything and anything that gets popular on the platform. You'll see this a lot with your typical Mr. Beast clones, PewDiePie clones back in the day, Filthy Frank clones, things like that. Basically, once an idea gets popular and is proven to blow someone up, especially your channel, then that just leads to a whole lot of copycapping. But what happens when too many copycats get in the way? Well, oversaturation starts to happen. And buddy, I don't think you want this oversaturation. This is where things get stale. The ideas that used to bring in millions of views start to kind of not do that. Oversaturation is the death of an original idea on YouTube. It is usually when things end, which brings us to the disappearance. Ooh, ghost town. Now, the disappearance is when usually these YouTubers decide to either switch up their ideas or just completely abandon their platform and leave. Or apparently make an AI version of themselves that just takes clips from their old videos. The YouTube cycle. This is the YouTube paradox. The YouTube paradox is one of my original theories that I came up with all on my own. The YouTube paradox, or what I like to call the YouTube paradox, is basically just the timeline that many YouTubers go through, specifically these Tyler Olivera types, that leads to their inevitable downfall / departure. Let's begin. We start with the spark. The spark is that inspiration. One little spark of inspiration made my house a fucking innovation, and it made this YouTube channel. This is where creators actually begin to create their channel and come up with what they want to do. They get that spark, they get that drive to want to actually make something. After this, we see the no success period. Now, this is the longest period. If anyone who's ever tried YouTube would know, this is the long and winding road. This is where you get absolutely nothing. You might even get frustrated, you might drop off and not upload for 2 years. I don't know who the fuck would do that. But anyways, when you're on this road for a long enough time, you start to feel envious. And envy comes into play. Now what envy does is you watch those other YouTubers, you see how well they're doing, the Mr. Beasts of the world, etc. And you realize, I could be doing that. They're making such easy videos and getting millions of views. Why do I not have the same luck with my original ideas? I can't stand this. People don't care about content anymore. After that, we get to the copycatting. This is similar to our YouTube cycle. This is when the YouTubers get so envious that they decide to copy other YouTubers' ideas that get successful in order to propel themselves. Inherently, there's nothing wrong with this, right? If you take an idea and you modify it, you make it your own, maybe a style like commentary, or something, or gaming videos, you can do whatever you want. The bad thing when it comes to copycatting, especially in a timeline like this, is when YouTubers decide that they are just gonna completely turn into that other person. They basically copy and paste. They make literally the exact same thumbnails, the exact same scripts, just blatant, almost copyright-worthy videos. Now, these copyright videos, unfortunately, are actually a baller move, because then you might go viral. Now, if you go viral, this changes everything. This changes your world. It means you finally are getting viewers. You're getting millions of subs, millions of views, raking in the cash, maybe even followers on other platforms, sponsorships, everything that you have wanted has come down to this viral moment. But that's not where it ends. YouTubers and people in general tend to get greedy. And what happens when you get a little bit greedy on this platform? Well, I'm here to tell you. You get something called the washboard syndrome. Washboard syndrome actually comes from when you're driving on long roads for long periods of time and your eyes start to basically erase the things in front of you. You don't really see the lines of the road. If you've gone on a road trip, you might have experienced this to some degree. I like to call this stage the YouTube washboard syndrome, which is where YouTubers have been doing this copyright style for so long that they cannot see anything anymore. They've completely melted into a caricature of themselves. This leads them to not know anything. They don't know their viewers. They have no humanity. They don't know what to do anymore. They can't even see right from wrong. They can't think, and this takes over. This can also be described as the LA syndrome. Washboard syndrome is usually where these people tend to have mental breakdowns or apology videos. This is usually towards the end of the winding road. This eventually will lead to evolve or die. Now, what this means is that the YouTuber will either have to change their content for the better, maybe start making things they actually want to make and not prioritize money anymore, because they don't have to. Maybe it means aging with their audience. Maybe whatever they used to be doing isn't really popular anymore or isn't satisfying anymore. Maybe it means completely switching up. You're fucking joking. Maybe it means completely switching up your channel entirely. Who knows? Whatever the case, evolution is the important part. That's where you want to go. That is where the successful longevity YouTubers come from. The people that learn, the people that change, the people that grow and don't hold themselves back. Now, what a lot of these Tyler Olivera, Mr. Beast copy clone types do is they just straight up die. They can't evolve. They just don't know what to do when it comes to making original content. They can't think of anything for themselves, so what are they supposed to do? If you don't evolve, your channel is just gonna die. Whether it's from you leaving it yourself, which has happened a lot, or from you just getting no views anymore. I hope that this helped, and it was a simple way to get you to understand the YouTube paradox. Bye. Wow. Thank you. Anyways, Tyler Olivera, you need to stop. I also want to go over some of my favorite Tyler Olivera moments that are just so kawaii, just cute, amazing love. One of them is when he decided to visit Jeffrey Epstein's island. Listen, honestly, props for trying, brother. What did you expect? I guess that's the point. I just find this so funny because it's like, what did you think you were gonna find? And you're going to an island that is a literal crime scene. What did you think was gonna happen? Now I gotta talk about the Soft White Underbelly x Tyler Olivera situation. Soft White Underbelly is a YouTube channel that you have most definitely seen on your recommended page, made by a photographer, actually, shout out, named Mark. Mark is great. He's a fantastic photographer. his portraits are insane, the way he can capture emotion. I could go on about that. Mark also has a YouTube channel where he interviews people, usually from various backgrounds, not great backgrounds, people off of Skid Row, people who are sex workers, etc. And he just asks them about their life. Similar to the other videos I was talking about, he just lets them speak, except these are interview style, straight up portrait interview style. They are fantastic videos. They will make you cry. They're heavy, but if you have some time, they're 100% worth watching. I recommend his channel so much. One of the most famous people from Mark's channels or families is a family called the Whitakers. The Whitakers is a family of insane brothers and sisters who love each other, from West Virginia. The Whitakers are very unfortunate in their economic sense. They do not have a great education. They have a lot of issues. And Mark was there to originally help them and showcase their issues. One of the things that Mark set up to help the Whitakers was a fund where people could donate. He would save the money in order to build them a house. Then Tyler Olivera decided that he was going to visit the Whitakers and check out the situation. He said that Mark's team messaged him and that he could not do even an interview with the Whitakers. He couldn't speak to them. They were under contract with Soft White Underbelly, which is not really the situation. Tyler decided that he was going to just go. So he did that. When he arrived, he decided to ask the Whitakers about where this money that Mark had went and where it was going. The Whitakers said that they had no idea. They didn't know Mark had any money. Basically nothing. Tyler just took this information and ran with it, and then proceeded to completely bash Soft White Underbelly and Mark in his video. He called for him to take accountability, acted like he was stealing money from this poor family, and just almost completely, almost defamation of character to this guy. It was pretty harsh what he did. Now Mark responded and of course said that this was not the case. The Whitakers unfortunately have drug problems and other related things in their family, which keeps them from being able to keep track of money. A lot of the siblings and children have no idea. A lot of the siblings don't know anything about it because they don't think about it. And the siblings that do know about it are the ones who were taking the money and using it to pay for other things. They would ask for $10 here for someone who is sick, $100 there, $1,000 here. Mark decided that he was actually going to take action and go one step further and investigate where this money was going. When Mark went back to the Whitakers, he discovered, unfortunately, a member of the Whitakers were using that money to purchase substances. Now Mark confronted the Whitakers on this and handled the situation promptly. He did what he can do. He has so many people that he helps. If you watch his videos where he actually explains that, you can see it's not just the Whitakers he's funding. He's funding a lot of groups of people, and he's doing the best he can, honestly. And when Tyler makes a video like this bashing him, it does nothing but completely ruin all of that work that is happening. Why would someone like Tyler even believe the Whitakers in the first place if it wasn't just to bash Mark? Tyler is a reactionary. He likes things for views. Now, Tyler, in the Brent Rivera situation, I'm on your side. He was being a dick. But that being said, everything else, he is just too much. At first, I thought Tyler Olivera honestly was fine, like any other YouTuber you would see here and there. And then it wasn't till he started doing these weird fear-mongering tactics and the soft white underbelly situation that I just said, this is crazy. And it's not just him. He's the main player, but there are tons and tons of other channels that are doing this on YouTube, and he's perpetuating it. In fact, he's perpetuating it by, at the end of every video, asking people to repost clips from the video on TikTok, and whoever gets the most reposts will get a shout out in his video. This just causes people to spread his videos more, clips get spread on TikTok, more misinformation spreads, more people thinking that these things aren't true because he doesn't correct any of his statements usually, and the cycle continues. There's another YouTuber whose name is Jorden, who makes videos about how New York is falling apart, the city is burning, and I hate his videos because he is only showing parts of New York with problems while they're happening. He doesn't show the rest of New York City or Manhattan even. He just shows like sometimes only the Bronx, sometimes only Lower Manhattan, sometimes only certain areas that are having issues at whatever time he's filming. He never actually shows what's happening in New York, and it is so frustrating because people are gonna think that New York is like some kind of wasteland, just dumpster fire, and you're not completely wrong, but it's not a fucking what Jorden is trying to push, and it is so annoying. You see people in the comments that just agree with him flat out. The reason I don't like videos like this too is because you're just furthering the divide. You really are. You're pushing people away from each other. You're fear-mongering. These videos are fear-mongering. You are taking small, pinpointed issues and you are magnifying them to just outrageous heights, but you're not talking about the actual big issues like people who I've mentioned before in this video actually go to. It's a form of selective coverage. You're not covering everything. You are choosing to just perpetuate this fear-mongering. We get enough of that from traditional news. Why the fuck do we need it from you guys? It's all hysteria for views. He knows that if it's the worst place in the country, the worst whatever, then people are gonna watch it. He's not gonna say, oh, this is the nicest place in America, because who cares? I want that raw, just give me the shit. Show me the literal shit. I want to smell it. I cannot wait to see if Tyler Olivera's channel will evolve or disappear. Who knows? Hopefully he will evolve. I think there is potential there. He seems underneath all of that like a nice guy who has some creative ideas. He's got some ability there. And I think he could really make some great videos. He could even continue doing the style of video he's making and just do it more like how other people do it, where they're spreading true information and not just this weird nitpicky fear-mongering shit. Oh my goodness, well did we go through it today. We learned a lot of valuable lessons, like don't be a dick, and don't be a dick, and have a PP. Thank you so much for watching this video. I got 50 subscribers recently, which is pretty cool, halfway to 100. My last video got over 1,000 views, which is like insane to me. So I just wanted to do a quick thank you to everyone who is watching. If you like what I have to say, my style, anything, please subscribe, like the video, do all that. It really helps, and it helps to continue making the videos. If you have an idea or a style of video or anything like that that you want to tell me, let me know. Please. Instagram, TikTok, all that.